I think I
And
look
if you put your
okay.
glasses on, you can't because the light.
Yeah, and I don't like that. Look at the glare on my glasses.
Just take them off. Jeez. All right, let's start off by talking about this. What happened last night, baby?
I just got a kick. So I wanted to. That was the other topic. So tolerating your partner.
Oh, okay.
Because yesterday you and I were talking to each
Oh my
other
God.
and our little pet peeves, and
We barely got any sleep last night.
Yeah.
We were up until we were in and out of sleep up until around like 3:30 in the morning.
Yes.
4:30 in the morning.
No. We were up at that time because Roman got up at 3, and you were insisting that we had woken up at 1:30.
This over here.
So, blah, 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 blah. Let's start. So we are talking about our topic. We have 2 main topics, which my first topic is tolerating, those little pet peeves that your partner, your significant other, your spouse.
Things that you kind of just, you gotta live with up to a point. You can't, it's just how they are. You can't really force them to change. It's either you accept it or maybe it might not work out. With our case, we got married. So we're accepting
We signed
our aspects of each
oath.
other. An oath. Blood oath.
Not a blood oath.
But you know what I mean. So why are you saying that that's a topic?
Because that's what we talked about yesterday.
But why though? Why? What led to that?
So yesterday we oh my God, it was so hilarious.
Oh my Lord.
We were talking about he swears he doesn't snore when he sleeps.
You
okay,
go ahead.
Go ahead. Don't snore.
Go ahead.
And so we got to this part. I don't know how, but we started talking. He started it by saying that I sound like a pig because I do this scratching noise with my ear every night because I have allergies.
No,
and
okay.
So the moment the allergies start, my stuffiness, my eyes, I get this itch in my ear and my throat where I have to get it.
Yeah, okay. But all right, so here's the thing that you just got to tolerate it. Okay? Some nights I can't. Doing that noise is fine, but she will do it at 4 in the morning.
That's not my fault.
3 in the morning.
I'll wake up.
I'm deep into the astral plane, dreaming about my future and stuff like that, and then I just hear.
You're being so dramatic.
That's all I hear.
Oh my God.
And then I wake up and I'm just like all the lights are off. I just hear this gargling.
It doesn't sound like that.
And she wonders why. Some nights in the middle of the night, I'll shake the blanket and I'll go turn away, and I'll face the other side of the bed.
You will be mean. You shove me away.
I'm sleeping. It's not
and I'm
no
like,
time
why
for
is you pushing me away?
Socialize.
That's another thing too that I'm sure a lot of couples out there probably they get to that point where they're just like, oh my God, just give me some space. And
that's why we got a king size bed.
We just got a king.
We've
always had a queen.
It was mainly because my side of the bed had a giant dent in it. It has nothing to do with my weight. Don't do it. Okay, whatever. Fine. But yeah, it's a huge difference. After how long have we had that queen bed?
Stuffy right now.
Go ahead, do it. Oink, oink away.
We've had that bed for 6 years now. I've had it. It was my bed.
It was a normal bed before I came into her life.
It was a normal bed.
And then my ass had to lay on it once, and now it's got a permanent dent on my side of the bed, right where my ass is.
You roll into it. You be.
There's been plenty of times that Roman has been on the old mattress, and when he gets around the area where the dent is, you just see him go, and he just starts rolling like it's a crater or some shit.
It might as well be for his tiny little body.
Golly, dude.
But, yeah, so then you get mad at my whatever pig noises, and I get frustrated with the nights that you snore like you have a sleeping I think you do need to see somebody. Because you laugh, but I generally am concerned. I'll wake up scared, and then I realize, oh, it's just you.
All right, so hey, if my dad's watching this, you know I get this shit from you. If this is even real.
It is 100%
if it's even real. You know, it might not even be real, Dad. Don't stress it, okay? Mom's crazy.
Rowan doesn't sleep in the room with us, thank the Lord. But there was this one night that he was sleeping with us in the room, and I heard him waking up, and then I woke up, and I realized why my son woke up. It's
why?
Because this guy right here was, I can't even describe the noise that was coming out of your mouth and your nose.
Whatever.
And you were just dead asleep. And you were like flat on your back. And you were just going all out. And I looked at you and I was like, Marcus. And then you literally shrugged me away and went back to sleep. But I was able to stop you. I was able to stop you from snoring like that. And Roman went back to sleep. But yes, it's really, I sometimes think that you should see a specialist.
There were a few times, not a few, plenty of times where I was like, when I used to live with my parents, I'd be in my room with the door closed. Between my room and my parents' room was like a hallway or living room, whatever. And I would hear my dad snoring as if he was in my bed.
Exactly. And then and mainly more with your farts. That's another little pet peeve, by the way. Okay?
What do you mean?
When you go to sleep with a very gassy spouse, it's very frustrating. It's extremely frustrating. And you wake yourself up, too. I remember you the other night.
Yo, let me tell them the story. Hold on. Oh, my God. You're not lying about this one. There was a time where it was middle of the night, right? And we're all sleeping, and out of nowhere, first off, she couldn't really sleep that well. She was having a hard time sleeping. So
this is before Roman.
In the middle of the night, she's getting in bed. She's tossing and turning. She's frustrated, bro.
I'm ready.
Anything is about to set her off.
Yes.
She's pregnant with Roman, and I'm over here. I'm just out, and dude, all you hear was. And
it was so loud.
It was a loud ass fart. It was so loud that I'm like sleeping. And I go like this. I go. I went up like this, and all the lights were off in the room, right? So she couldn't see my face, but I just saw her silhouette come up and turn at me, and I'm just.
He played dead.
I acted like I'm still asleep. I'm completely awake, knowing she's looking at me. I'm just like.
I wanted to murder you in that very moment.
That was the funniest damn night.
It was such a long night for me. I was 8 months, just about to be 9 months, ready to give birth, and I could not find a comfortable position. And so I was so frustrated. I was up for like 3 hours just trying to find a comfortable position in the living room, in the rocking chair.
That was a loud ass fart too.
And finally I come to bed. Oh, you know what? I think I could do this. And I lay down and I have to freaking listen to this man fart so loud. Right when I was finding my sleep. I'm happy you played dead because I was.
I knew. I played dead mainly because I was still tired and I didn't want to do no argument. I was just like.
And then on top of that, the other night, this literally happened like 4 nights ago. He threw a roundhouse kick in his sleep. Who throws a roundhouse kick in their sleep?
I do. I do. Somebody who is a 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo does. What ended up happening was I had a dream that I got into a fight with somebody messing with my wife. And you messing with my wife, you messing with me. Okay? You have a problem? I thought you did. Let's settle it right here, right now. Mano y mano. I'm fighting this guy, I'm punching him, and then I just threw a roundhouse kick at his head. And, you know, in real life, I'd probably go to prison because I break the sound barrier when I throw kicks, frankly. Okay? I threw this kick in the dream, and it came out of the dream into the real world. I'm dead asleep, and I throw a roundhouse kick out of the side of my bed. And she's over here getting ready for work in the living room, and all she hears is a and she comes in like, what the hell was that? And I'm like, I had a dream I was fighting at the roundhouse kick.
I went back to sleep. I was like, oh my God, thank God I was not in bed with you.
And the crazy thing was is that Roman was sleeping in in our room that night, and somehow the whirlwind did not wake him up.
He was having such a hard time going back to sleep in his bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's had his nights. Wow. And then recently I say literally less than 24 hours ago, less than 12 hours ago probably, we had this woman was losing her mind. This woman was losing her mind last night. So we have the baby monitor set up. Baby monitors are pretty sensitive to noise. You can hear anytime the baby moves. Any little noise thing, you know. And
you'll see the little baby monitor.
Yeah, you see it has like levels on it.
Notify you the noise
from like
level.
Light green to red, right? And it was middle of the night. We cannot sleep. We're talking about video games, movies, all these different things.
And we only woke up because Roman woke up.
Yeah, Roman woke up.
Diaper change, milk. Boop, boop. Put him right back to sleep. Boop. But we couldn't go back.
We couldn't go back to sleep. It was just not happening. You know, lately I've been sweating in 60-degree weather.
Oh my God.
In my blanket.
I don't know why. No. Like I'll go to just be like, hey, and I just you're drenched.
Drenched, as if I just went swimming or something. No, I've been snoring.
Oh my God.
So what ends up happening is I'm genuinely like trying to sleep. She's over here. She just comes out of nowhere. She's like, Marcus, the door. What? And she jumps out of bed because I found my sleep at this point. And she thought that, oh, I'm not going to make you sound crazy. You heard the door, the bedroom door apparently, go boom, boom. As if somebody was trying to open it or push it?
Yeah, like if Gola was trying to open it.
Okay, so that's what she heard.
Yes.
I'm completely, disoriented, unconscious. I don't know I'm delusional.
So
she said the door. Hey. I thought the mailman dropped off an Amazon package at the front door and somehow she heard it.
Go check the door, right? And he's still asking me, what?
I'm like, what?
And I'm like, I don't have time for this. There could be an intruder. My son's in the other room. So I get up and I investigate.
We open the door, go to the living room.
And I open the door.
Nothing.
To just paranoia is what I did.
Complete. Nothing's going on. Complete silence. Gwendo's asleep. Roman's asleep. The dogs are asleep. And then we go back in bed. We check Roman. We cover him with a blanket, and then we come back to bed. And then she starts staring at the baby monitor.
Because I heard.
Because she heard like this. She kept hearing this.
Yeah, it was a small little thud. It was a small little thud. And so
at like random points.
Yes.
So and usually
let me get up, because you know what? It started with the door. I'm going to go keep investigating. So I come back and I see Roman moving. So I'm like, oh, he's just moving around. Roman moves a lot in his sleep, by the way. So we have to constantly be putting a blanket on him, or if not, he has a onesie on. So he kept moving around. I'm like, oh, okay, he's just moving around, whatever. So I go back to bed.
Yeah.
And then I hear
the baby monitor.
I hear the baby monitor again, but it wasn't ow, that was my ring. It wasn't the thud. It was like a little murmur. It was like.
So she was hearing voices.
I was not hearing voices. It was so one murmur.
She's bothering me about this while I'm sleeping. I'm like, what?
So each time I would hear.
She's like, look at the baby monitor. Look at the baby monitor. It's the only light in the room because every light's off. I just see a tiny little green light. Beep.
Exactly.
Beep, beep, beep. And I'm over here. I'm just like,
So that murmur
I
did
thought,
it for me.
because he has a white noisemaker in his under his crib, and he has the fan on rotation, blowing air on him, keeping him cool. So a few hours go by, and he wakes up to get some milky. Babies need milk. We take care of him. Ashley's giving him milk. At this point, I have truly allowed her to convince me that I'm crazy.
No, this is what happens. You skipped. So after I heard that murmur, and I had bothered you several times about the baby monitor and stuff, I was like, that's it. Roman needs to come in bed with us.
I did skip. Sorry.
I'm freaking out. I need my son here.
So
I don't know what's going on.
She's losing it about that. So I get up.
He gets up.
I'm like, listen, any insidious monsters in here? I don't got time for this shit. I got to get my son so I can go back to bed, all right? I get Roman.
Explain.
Go to bed.
So he brings him to bed, and I immediately tell him, I said, okay, so he stays here. Let's go investigate.
Oh.
And Marcus.
Bro, I lost it at this point with her. I lost my patience.
I was a patient at immense.
She said, let's go investigate.
He's like.
I'm like, this isn't Ghostbusters. We're not Ghostbusters. We're not ghost hunters or nothing like that. Go to sleep. We have our son. The three of us are safe together. I couldn't. She couldn't shut off.
I was like, Marcus, we need to go investigate. You think this is a joke? This isn't Ghostbusters. I was
like, first off, Ashley, this isn't Ghostbusters. All right? We need sleep because this guy's going to be up in the morning and we need to operate with him. Someone's got to be the parent and it's got to be us. And eventually we went to sleep. And then comes the part I skipped. He wakes up. We go make him milk. I give her the milk bottle. She's giving him milk. And while she's doing that, I'm like, man, like, let me just fucking check this room just in case there's no ghost. And I go in there, and I turn off the fan. I turn off the white noisemaker. I'm looking around. I'm like, nothing. And I go back into the room. She's giving him milk, bro, in my undies, at like 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't even know what time it was. I'm just standing up in the dark, looking at the baby monitor. Just
for like 10 minutes.
For 10 minutes straight.
And I'm like,
to make sure there's no more noises.
What are you doing?
Like the kid's not in there. The fan's off. The white noise is off. What noise is it making?
And it still did it.
And we saw a
little beep.
And I'm just like,
Okay. Come back to bed.
I was like, I'm going to sleep. I don't got time for this.
So, listen, I got to you, and I feel so bad. I was really
So I came to bed. And I told her, I was like, Ashley, I turned off the fan. I turned off the white noisemaker. Look, no noise. I didn't tell her that. I still went, boop.
He did it. He's smart.
I was
because
like,
that would have set me off.
Because she would have gotten up, whipped out the Bible, got the holy water. And
yes.
She would have done it all. And I'm really just trying to sleep. So I dodged a bullet there. And, we woke up in the morning and everything was normal. We're all good.
My goodness.
My God.
And that is what the topic came out. You know, tolerating your spouse.
Yeah, like dealing with your spouse, even though you may think they're crazy or something, you just got to go with it sometimes. Because it got to the point where it made me a little crazy. I'm just like, maybe she's not wrong. Maybe there is a ghost.
No ghost in here.
There's no ghost, but still, like, it just made me think at 5 in the morning. I'm just like,
I know.
It's like I just got to be sure, and yeah, that's where that topic came from. So that was an eventful night. We talked about a lot of shit. It was like 2 in the morning. I explained to her what the game Quake is.
Oh yes, that's very right.
People don't know about Quake these days. All right, before Doom. Before Wolfenstein, it was Quake.
We had a full-blown argument of whether or not I had woken up to grab Roman before that, which I had not. He swears that I did. So it's like, we're both crazy.
We're at this point in our lives where we don't know who's right anymore. She'll tell me something, and I'll tell her, it's not. That's not it at all. And she'll be like, it's not. And I'll be like, I don't even fucking know. So like. She'll tell me the sky's blue, and it's like, it's red. And she'll be like, oh, it is? And I'll be like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is it red?
Just go with it at this point.
We don't even care about it.
It did make us think about our second topic, if you want to continue, which is haunted experiences.
Yeah, well,
you know,
listen, I've had a decent amount of haunted experiences.
I know you've had your fair share.
Yeah.
I think you should do your own podcast on that one, because
that's a topic for that can be a whole episode.
That can be a whole episode. We'll leave it there then, because
I will tell them about. Well, I'll tell you guys one experience I had when I was a kid in New York City. Because I was born in Queens. When I was in New York City as a kid, I used to have this. Not used to, but I had this nightmare once, where I used to live on the 6th floor of this apartment complex in New York City in Queens, and what ended up happening was, in the nightmare, I was in my apartment, the same exact apartment I lived in, and something made me leave the bedroom and then go over to the kitchen entrance. When I got in front of the kitchen entrance, they had 2 double doors that would slide open like this, and you walk into the kitchen. I got to the double doors, and they opened up like this, and then gravity went like this, like Inception or Doctor Strange or something, and I started sliding into the kitchen like doorway, and the Grim Reaper was there, and he had a scythe, and he stuck the scythe in the floor, and he was trying to pull the whole floor with me on it towards him, and then I slid into the darkness, and then I woke up in the kitchen, which is the craziest part, because when I woke up in the kitchen, all the forks, all the plates, all the bowls, all of it was on the kitchen ground. Not broken. It was just on the ground. It was easily the craziest nightmare I've ever had, because it affected me in the real world. My mom was like, "What the hell are you doing in the kitchen? What is all of this?" And I was like, "I have no idea. I just woke up. It's a nightmare." And my mom knew, because my mom's very open-minded to a lot of paranormal stuff, because she's had her experiences too.
And that's kind of like your first paranormal experience, that it kind of opened the door to those other ones that you
my mom knew that apartment was haunted. She knew, and she knew that another thing that happened was, apparently somebody who used to live in that unit died, and I don't know how they died, but there was a fire in the building that we used to live in, and we had no clue about it. You know, the fire alarms weren't working, or they didn't go off or anything. But out of nowhere, we just heard a loud-ass knock on our door. Specifically, our door. It wasn't like somebody was going down the hall knocking on every door. It was just boom, 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 boom. And not even, because we were kind of already within the vicinity of the main entrance door. We opened up the doorway and we looked in the hallway. There wasn't a single person in the hallway. And it was a bunch of smoke on the ceiling, letting us know, like, holy shit, there's a fire in this building. And we never knew who knocked on that door, because when that happened, you could look down the hall, and the entrance to get to the stairs to go all the way down to the bottom of the building, it's all the way down there. So there's no way somebody knocked and then bolted all the way down there and left. It was just the weirdest thing ever. And she was like, that was probably the previous tenant who used to live here, watching out for us or something. It's crazy. But yeah.
That's definitely a topic we have to go over, because we've had our share.
There's lots of stuff that's happened. I mean, if you guys have ever experienced any spooky encounters, leave it down in the comments below. I want to read them. I love reading your guys' comments.
Yes, we do.
Love them. Anything about aliens?
And that's
ghost stories.
Too. We love alien stories.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, if you guys, this is random. If you guys have never played it, go play Alien Isolation.
Please do.
It's one of the greatest alien games ever.
Do yourself the favor.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up there. And
any pet peeves that you have with your spouse that just makes you love them more,
put it in the comments below, and then tag them. Let them know. You know, you guys work on this together. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, guys. All right, peeps. All right, peace out.